Hello, welcome to Scrap Time, episode 1028. My name is Christine, and on today's episode, I'm showing you some Pentart products from Pentacolor. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn this tag into this tag using some Pentart products from Pentacolor. Now, to start, I had used this really cute mermaid stamp. It's from Julie Nutting from Prima. And I stamped her out and I painted her in with some different paints and then did some distress background behind her. But now we're going to spice her up to the next level. So the first thing I'm going to use is this, it's called Lilac Glamour. It's like a little iridescent shiny wax. And I'm going to use it on the mermaid tail. So it's very soft. I use it on my finger and I just rub it in, and it's going to give sort of the effect of the scales that would be on a mermaid tail. I try to get it right to the edge. So I don't know if you can see the little shine that's being added to it. I'm going to put a bit more on and then I'll so you can see the shine there that's added to the mermaid tail, and it just adds that little extra, gives you that sort of scaly effect. Now I'm going to make her little clam shells. So I have some paint here, and I'm going to just take that and put it on there. Then I have the little clam shell stamp. Like that, and I'm just going to let it dry a bit and then we'll cut it out after. So the next thing I like to do is draw around the stamped image. So I find just when I use my Molatown marker here, I got a little bit of the wax on the tip, so I just want to make sure to wipe that off because I don't want it to clog my marker. But this is an acrylic paint marker, and I like to use this just because it will go over most surfaces. Now because, as I said, this was a little waxy, it's a little harder. But I find that if you sort of just trace over the image, it gives it more the look that you may have drawn it or whatever. And this image, it's an easy line drawing, so it's easy to sort of just trace over. Not too complicated with lots of detail. I'm not going to do her top there because we're going to put those clam shells on. And you do this after you finish painting and that, so if you painted over any of the lines, you're just sort of highlighting them again. And even inside there, the little details. Like that. Okay, so next we're going to do the background. And I have this cool stencil here from the Crafters Workshop of all this sort of underground or underwater bubbles and algae and stuff that I thought is perfect for this technique. And what I have done is I made myself a mask. I stamped this just on some cardstock, and then I just put some washi tape on it. And so I can mask her off like that. And this is, I used the mask when I did the distress area too. That was how she didn't have distress on her. So I'm going to put the stencil down. And next I'm using this gel paste, shiny. It's a clear paste. And because I have that mask there, I can just go over it, trying to get the paste in all the little crevices. Now, if you wanted her to be fully engulfed in the water, you could actually put this right over top of her as the final step. But I want her to stand out, so I'm not covering her in the paste. So I can dry it a little with the heat tool and then continue on the second half. Just trying to decide. Guess I'll just do like that. So now you want to make sure to wash your stencil right away to get the extra paste off there. You don't want it to fill in any of the holes, and then you can't use that part of the stencil. So now I'm just going to finish drying this before we can move on to the next step. So the gel paste has dried, and it dries clear, and you might be able to see some of those lumps and bumps all in the background there, giving you that underwater feel. So the next thing we're going to work on is her crown. And for the crown, I'm going to use this iron paste. I have the red-brown iron paste, and I'm just going to take a little bit and put it down on really thin layer. I don't want a bulky crown really. And I'm just going to dry it a little with the heat gun. I think it is dry because I had done such a thin layer, yeah. And to make it shine a bit, I'm using this wax paste, and I have the brass color. And this is similar to that other sort of paste I used. It's nice and soft. And I'm going to put it over top, and now we're going to get that nice metallic shine here. But by having that brown base, it just gave it something to go on to, versus if you just put this on by itself. And then I have her little crown stamp. Stamp it on. And I'm just going to give the ink a moment to dry because it was on that slick surface. So I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to use this wax paste still just to outline the edging of the tag. And I'm just putting it so it's picking up on that gloss gel paste that we had put on there. So I'm just doing it with my finger around the edge of the card, and I want to actually do it a little around the mermaid. Now just finish going around her. You can see how that just adds another layer to it. Now I had cut out my little seashells, so I'm going to glue them onto her top. Oops, way too much glue. You may not want to put the glue directly onto your project. Luckily, the glue dries clear, so if there's any there, it won't really matter. And the seashells cover up her little top. That's really cute. And then finally, we have her crown here. Actually, before I cut it out, I'm just going to trace over it again with the black just to make it a little darker. I'm just wiping off my marker. Now these products I'm showing you come in a variety of colors. These are just the colors I had. So if you wanted a gold crown, you could always get gold paste. It doesn't have to be the brass color. I have one more to cut and we can glue it on. So that will fit right on her head. That. And then the final thing I did, just to add a little something, was I took my white Molotow marker and I put little highlights in her crown and then down her hair. And down her side here. And her little top. Couple on her shoulders. And just gotta clear off from the wax. Her tail. Yeah, just like that, and then that just adds a little bit of brightness to the tag. And there we have our completed tag. Using some products from Pentart Products from Pentacolor. And it just adds that extra something to your project. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out our website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm showing you the We Are Memory Keepers confetti die. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.